iron in the soul. What's up, YouTube? This is your big brother King Jabez, back today with another very important message. Please subscribe to my channel, like this video, share this video, leave a comment, let me know what you think about my content. In addition to that, please feel free to follow me over on Instagram at @TheKingJabez, as well as my website, theironandsoul.com. Whatever you decide to do, it will be greatly appreciated. I have a very important message for you today, and I know that it will give some value to your life. It will give you insight. It is one that I want you to receive without offense. I have to give a warning as I begin this message. Do not be offended. The title seems somewhat offensive, very direct, but I want you to not fear that, to be aware of that, and to see if what it is as a divine warning from your big brother. That's what today's video is, to give you some insight. And this is a talk, to be honest, that I wish someone would have gave me. Wow, if I think about this logically, probably, let's just say about 10 years ago, I could have used this talk to keep him out. About 10 years ago. So I'm trying to give you all a 10-year head start. You hear me? So this is real talk. Listen to me. They are out here, my boy, sis. And this message, by the way, ladies, isn't aimed at the ladies. People who come into your life and try to use witchcraft, this can be a mission against men and women. So this is not one-sided, okay? This is both-sided. People who have this type of objective, ladies, they're adverse to you. They're not your friend, ladies, okay? So wake up. This is a message for men. This is a message for women. This is one of those universal words. And so I hope that you will get some value from this, and I hope it will help you. I know it will help you to go forward and to obtain victory in this area. So tune in, listen, receive this word. Today's video is entitled, Your Presence Has Offended a Gathering of Witches. I would say probably the number one sign that your presence has offended a gathering of witches is because you have favor in some area. You are garnishing a lot of attention. This could be at work. This could be at a place of business. This could be in social gatherings. This could be at school, high school, college, social events. You are an individual that attracts favor. People like you, open doors, opportunity. And whenever a witch or group of witches can perceive that you have favor, in some cases, aka spiritual power, to make it more direct, you have favor with God in the spirit realm. You have spiritual power. The Most High is giving you direct connections through dreams and visions. He's opening doors for you. He is adjusting the way kings and queens see you. And as you begin to gain favor in the spirit realm, which will manifest in the natural, there's a group of witches who will begin to come against you. Now, the first question you may have is, how do they get access? And they often get access through your family. These are often people that you know. This could be mama, grandma, aunties. And of course, I'm going to say the obvious. This is not a reference to everyone's mother, grandmother, or auntie. That would be ridiculous. But there are people in your family who have always used manipulation, domination, and intimidation to get their way with you. And you're to a place now, even yourself, where even as an adult, you struggle to make a decision without consulting this person. And that is unhealthy. And so some of you have been through this unaware, and you've experienced that jealousy. You've experienced that cruelty. You've experienced the, at times, harsh words, and you always minimize it because it's family. And you've granted them access to your future, and you will only find out who they are once you have the courage, as I did, to cut them off, to restrict access to you. And that's when their motives will manifest, and you will see what you're dealing with. They are often very kind, very sweet. This is how they get access. We don't give access normally to mean people, do we? So they come in through flattery, through flattering divination, through being a good person, being positive, giving you a good message. And this gives you access. And once you give them access, that's when they begin to manifest the idolatry. This is when they begin to manifest the occult involvement, the secret knowledge that comes from demons as opposed to the Most High. This is when they begin to manifest the hatred they have for you. And this will sometimes come out very clearly through betrayal. And once it manifests in betrayal, at that point, that's when you get it. But I'm trying to warn you before it gets that far, before they mess up your job, before they mess up your relationship, before they mess up your next big move. See the steps ahead of time. And I'm going to give you some signs that you are dealing with a person who is manifesting witchcraft and has an adverse motive towards you. Like anyone that's at work, they have their shift, right? You think about somebody works a shift from 6 to 2 p.m. or from 3 to 11 p.m. as one of my friends does in a factory where he does welding and makes good money. And so you have witches and warlocks who have a shift, and they often work, check this out, from midnight until about 4 a.m. Be careful what you do, what you listen to, what you're involved with from midnight to 4 a.m. I think it's of interest that most clubs are active between midnight and 4 a.m. That gives you something to think about. So what are you doing during those hours from midnight to 4 a.m.? This is the time when the enemy comes in, according to the book of Matthew, and sows weeds. Weeds are a symbol of messing up your land, and your land is a symbol of your life, your finances, your future, your faith, your focus, your perspective, going forward in life. Make it practical. Let's break it down. Your social media following, your presence over on Twitter, your presence over on Facebook, your presence in small business meetings, your presence at work, your desire to go forward to build a portfolio for yourself and get out here. And some of you are going to actually be famous and be known. And so there are people out here who want to sow weeds, as we used to say in a black community, pouring salt on you, right? And we use that word lightly, but what they really are, they're there to sabotage and to bring harm to what you got going on. And this can be done through spells. This can be done through sorcery. This can be done through harsh words. And the spells, the sorcery, and the harsh words, when combined, can have a very negative impact upon your day and bring you to a place where you feel defeated. If you consistently feel this frustration, defeat, you feel like you're not going anywhere, you're trying hard, but things don't seem to work out, you may be dealing with some witchcraft. And this is a place where we begin to fast. This is when you got to start thinking deep about your circle, who's around you, no matter who they are. I did a video on TikTok maybe a year ago, and I discussed mothers who are jealous of their daughters. Very controversial topic. And this video got thousands of views, and there were hundreds of comments from women all over the earth, various races of background. So that tells me this is a worldwide problem. There is a breakdown sometimes between the relationship with a daughter and a mother. And this can lead to witch-like behavior. Doesn't mean that your mother is a witch necessarily, but the behavior is that of a witch, of control, domination, manipulation, wanting to run your life, jealous of your attention you're getting, jealous of your influence, and this can lead to a very toxic relationship. So think about some common doors as we go deeper into this. Soothsayers, sorcery, those who communicate with the dead, those who practice magic and witchcraft. There are a number of people who do this on a daily basis, and it's often done in secret because the occult carries the idea of secret knowledge. These are men and women who believe that their gods, lowercase G-O-D-S, have more knowledge than the Most High himself. And so they get this secret knowledge, the occult, from their G-O-D-S, lowercase g, which are a symbol of demons, because behind every idol and behind every statue like that is a very real, living, breathing spirit that is adverse to your life and into your progress. So when you hear a message like this, the obvious question is, what do I do to protect myself? And so there are a number of things you can do to protect yourself. Well, the first is to really shift and change the spiritual climate around you. What type of spiritual atmosphere are you creating through your words? This is why it's so important to be positive. This is why it's so important to use your words carefully, the music you listen to, your time in prayer, meditation, your habits, your discipline, your character, your conversation. When you shift the environment, certain spirits are not welcome. So when you carry yourself a certain way, that closes the door. To add to that, if you have people around you who you can perceive are trying to control you, that is a clear sign. No one's there to control you. You're not a child. You're an adult man or woman. So if you have any individual who wants to control the decisions you make, and they often do this by being nice and giving suggestions. Their suggestions are not suggestions. They're trying to tell you how to live your life. And so if you're constantly around someone who's trying to dictate how you live your life, where you travel, who you date, where you live, where you want to work, the decisions you make, downplaying your accomplishments, always got something negative to say, you got away from people like that. You get away from people like that. If you're around people like that, these are signs of witches and warlocks. They bring negativity. They're controlling. They like to dominate. They want to think for you. That's a sign. And when you're around these people, it's almost like you're under a spell and you can't even think right. I had a dream and vision, gave me some revelation about this. It was this man who was with his father. And when the father came around and began to talk, the young man could not think straight, literally. And so this was a revelation God was giving me about these type of people. Sometimes these are your own parents that mess your mind up so much you can't even make logical decisions. You can't even think for yourself as a man, as a woman, based on the oppression and the mismanagement of leadership from someone who was there to be a gatekeeper. So this can be very real and very personal. And some of you may be offended by this message, but I'd rather not offend you, but I want you to, I'd rather give you this hard talk and you receive this and think about this than continue to live your life not even know what's going on. So many of you are here right now, grown as you can be, and you struggle to make a decision. You are indecisive. And part of that is not because you're not intelligent. You're very smart. It is witchcraft. And you have to break those curses. Sis, bro, you got to break that spell. Think clearly. Think for yourself. Make decisions. Be positive. Speak life over yourself. That's why I keep on saying that. Pray for yourself. Choose your circle carefully. And when you sense negative energy, you want to be around some individual, follow your gut. There's a reason why you feel that way. And this can be helpful in your journey forward in understanding how to break free from the power of witchcraft and to gain freedom, for your life. This is the word I have for you on this Monday. This is a very deep and complex topic that cannot be covered in one video. So I will most certainly revisit this at some point, and I can't promise you how soon or when, but this is one that is so complex, it has multiple layers. So I clearly know there's some parts of this I did not cover in a 10 to 15 minute video. That's logic. But I think it's something that will give you perspective and to get your mind at least thinking about this, especially in this week, where so much of that's going to be happening. And just previously with the new moon, I think it was last Friday on the 9th, a lot of witchcraft activity. We have to really begin to position ourselves on this divine chessboard with God's grace to make better decisions, to go forward, and to live a life being intentional about everything we do. Our fitness, our finances, our personal relationships, who we are around, who we decide to not be around, make a decision to cut some people off and to bring some people in, build connections. We have to be very intentional about our decision making, and we cannot allow the threefold demon of intimidation, domination, and manipulation to really distort our life, because it can do that, distort your purpose, and you can be out here and just be lost. I heard some today that was really profound to me. And many of us, we can't see. Everything is dark when your eyes are closed. And a very simple statement. If I close my eyes right now, I can see absolutely nothing. And many of us, we need to open our eyes. We need to open up our spiritual eyes. We don't see what's happening around us. We are in the dark, spiritually speaking. And that's not a word of shame or guilt. That's to make us think. And I'm amazed how many lessons I've learned over the last 4 years that I just did not know. Sometimes we're just in the dark. And as we begin to educate ourselves and to gain more knowledge and to gain more wisdom, we can do better. My people perish for what? A lack of knowledge. So as we increase our knowledge, renew the mind, get the physical body fit, have our spirits right, we position ourselves, spirit, soul, and body, to be effective and to go forward the way we need to. Short way of putting it, to get out here the right way. You know how we say we want to get out. I want to get out here the right way. I don't want to be out here just any kind of way. And so to get out here the right way, we got to prepare ourselves spiritually, physically. We can't just do one. And as we do that, we can become strong as iron and be the best version of ourselves. That's all I have for you today. I hope this word will help you to go forward and to encourage you. This is your big brother, King Jabez. Thanks for listening. God bless. Peace.